Hey guys, it's VEDA day 6 and today I'm here to do a big book tag. I'll leave the information below on the original creator VEDA. And on this tag you're supposed to show your 5 biggest books you've read and then 2 big books that you want to read later on. I do love to read big books, but like one of my biggest books I've read of course are like Harry Potter books, and I don't currently have those. So yeah. So I just picked some random books from my bookshelf, and I'm gonna show you the ones I've read. So let's get started. One is The Art of Fielding by Chad Harback. This has roughly this has 512 pages. It's really good. I love this book. It's one of my favorites. It's like a college story, which I love because I'm in college, and it's basically about a guy who, well, several characters, but it's about a guy mainly who loves baseball and joins a baseball team. Yeah, I really like this one. The next book, one of the biggest books I have, is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. This has 692 pages, which when I read it, it did not feel like it. It's a really fast-paced book. It's really creepy. I did talk about it in my March review, so ouch. So it's there. So yeah, definitely check it out. I like this book. The next book that's really big is, of course, you can't have a list on here without George R. R. Martin. But this is The Storm of Swords. This is the 3rd book in the Song of Ice and Fire, and with the appendix it has 973 pages. I always count the appendix because I really do check up on it, because especially at this stage I get lost on some of the characters, especially when they start naming some of the minor ones. It does get a little bit confusing when you start having a whole bunch of different characters. But yeah, but without it, it's still a lot. It's like around 924 pages. So it's pretty good. And the good thing about this one is that on that 924th page is a real huge shocker. So yeah, actually, since I'm filming this today, the season 4 premiere started, and so season 4 is basically going to start off where half of this is and then go forward. And I'm thinking that this, if anything like the last seasons, that the season finale of this season, of season 4, is probably going to end on that last page. I can see that happening because it's a real shocker, that's for sure. So yeah, the next book that I've read that's really big that I love is A Dance with Dragon by George R. R. Martin. This book has over 1,000 pages with the appendix. It has 1,016 pages with the appendix, and without it, it is... As you can tell, I was not prepared for this video because I literally just thought about it because I was, yeah. 999 pages, so 1,000 pages. Yeah, again, I always count the appendix because you kind of need it at this point. But I really like this one. This one is really different because it's supposed to coincide along with book 4, and it's telling of other side of characters. But yeah, I love this book. Side note, my favorite character, I always tell people, is Circe, because she's crazy. And yeah, so there's that. One of the biggest books that I've probably ever read, especially recently, is Stephen King, Under the Dome. This book is huge. This paperback edition has 1,074 pages, and it's really good. As I talked about in my March build-up, as I talked about it in my March wrap-up, the build-up to it is really, really, really good. I just love that moment when it happens because I was not expecting it at all, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah. So those are some of the 5 biggest books that I've read that I have on my bookshelf. And next you're supposed to show 2 books on your bookshelf that you want to read later on. And of course, one of these is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This edition right here. First off, I bought it at Barnes and Noble for super cheap. It was only $8. But this book, good God, has 908 pages, and let me tell you, the font on here really is really thin, and for some odd reason it does this weird thing where like, I don't know what it is, but the book doesn't feel well made, if that makes any sense. I want to get the leather bound Penguin Classic Edition with the pattern on it. That one is so pretty. The next book that I haven't read yet, I started on it but then I just never quite finished it, that's really big, is It by Stephen King. This book is huge. It has 1,138 pages. So yeah, I hope to get onto it, but as you can tell, I read a little bit. Let's see how far I got. I got to page 186, which is really good. That's 10% of the book. I just never finished it, and I don't know why. Maybe I'll finish. Maybe I'll restart it soon and read it. But the thing is, this book is creepy because clowns are creepy in general. So it might happen slowly. But yeah, this is one of the biggest books that I have in my collection. I actually bought this at Goodwill. Side note on that. So yeah, those are the biggest books that I have in my collection. I'm not gonna tag anybody because I think a lot of people done this already actually. So I'll see you guys later for day 7. Alright, bye!